this is Christina from the Gorgeous Geeks. I'm here at C2E2 with Shane West from Nikita. How you doing?
I'm doing very good.
No, I just want to start off by saying that my mom had 7 kids. She's as tough as nails, never cried during labor or anything, but the first time we saw her cry was literally doing A Walk to Remember.
Wow, that's good. There's a lot of pain involved there. My mom is one of 7 kids as well. That's pretty amazing. Yeah, no, that's awesome. I'm glad that it got that reaction. I remember the first time when we had the premiere for that movie. We had a blast doing it, but we didn't realize it was going to affect the audience as much as it did. And my publicist came to give us passes to the wrap party, and she was bawling, and we were all just in shock because we just didn't really realize that it was going to affect people the way that it did. So it was a nice surprise when we saw that.
I just looked on Twitter, and there's so many people talking about that movie still, like just hours.
I know it apparently trended the last couple of days, or it's been on, at least when I was in Toronto, it was all over TV. So it's, sometimes you can't escape, because then as soon as it peters out, then all of a sudden it airs on TV again, 5 times in a day.
So how does it feel to go a role from that to playing Michael and Nikita?
Oh, it's great. I mean, that's be able to do a lot of different things is the key to acting for me, and I think for a lot of people. And it's just they're roles, so it's to be able to play as many different roles as possible for me, and as many different genres as you can as well. Michael, I think, was a shock. I'm 33. I think the role was, initially supposed to be older. To be able to suddenly, at 33 years old, which means I was 30 basically when the pilot, when I got cast, to be that young and play that type of role and be in the action world all of a sudden was kind of exciting, and to be able to play opposite Maggie, and who's a couple years younger than me, and as a love interest, because usually in Hollywood, I should be dating. I would end up being cast dating like Miley Cyrus, because it's always the age thing, and then Maggie would be dating Michael Douglas or something, and it's always the older guy with the younger girls. So to be able to do that when we're in the actual same age is great for me as well.
So on the show, Nikita and Michael, it seems like there's this kind of playful chemistry sometimes when they're fighting or getting in certain situations, like who is the best.
Right.
So I want to know, in your opinion, if the two had to fight, who would come up on top?
Nikita and Michael, or Shane and Maggie? Well, I would naturally say Nikita, but Michael did train her. So she'd have to learn some things on her own, because he would probably know all her tricks. So I don't know. I'd say it's 50-50.
Why would you say Nikita?
I'm saying 50-50 because she's not here. But if she was here, it's Nikita, absolutely.
Oh, my money would be on you, though.
I would,
It kind of always seems like you can take her.
Let's hope so. At least in a headlock or something. Maybe a sleeper hold. I can calm her down. Yeah.
Are you surprised by how much the fans have rallied against, not against, but for Nikita and Michael? And where do you think it's going to end up? Because Owen came in the picture, and I do personally really like Owen, not more than you or anything.
That's okay. That's all right. Yeah.
But how does it feel for all these fans to be so passionate about the coupling?
It's great. First of all, it's amazing. I think it was strange because we were shocked that it happened so quickly, and also storyline-wise, I was shocked it happened so quickly. Also in the original series, they had that passion between Michael and Nikita as well. But I didn't see all of the seasons, but apparently it took the 5 or 6 seasons to make anything happen. So I expected maybe that to happen for us as well. So at the very end of the first season, I was in shock when we were suddenly together. But I think the fans really wanted it, and I think the storylines at that point kind of demanded it, and it worked out. It made this season more difficult to script and to pen, but I think it also made it more interesting. It also made the Owen character more interesting, the Ryan Fletcher character more interesting, because of the possible dynamics between, of love triangles in all other different situations. They tried to do it with the Cassandra thing. That didn't really quite work out for a love triangle kind of thing, but it's intriguing. It opens it up to a lot of different possibilities, and I'm glad that they've agreed with it, because I think in the end they are kindred spirits. They do belong to each other, or belong together. how that might happen, I don't know, and how that will resolve itself, I don't know. It really kind of depends on how many years we do the show, and we'll see what happens.
Funniest thing that happened on set?
Funniest thing?
Yep. Or embarrassing? No.
This year was probably the first year where we had more fun, quote unquote. The first year was difficult because it's a difficult show to shoot. But there wasn't much of a gag reel, and there wasn't many of people screwing around or doing pranks or anything like that. And we still don't really have time to do that. But everything's a lot more lighthearted this year, and I'd have to say, believe it or not, because I don't think it comes off on screen yet, but Dylan Casey playing Sean is a natural comedian at heart, and he's kind of brought a fun vibe to the set. And there's nothing been that's a specific prank that stands out or anything like that, but everyone's a lot more joking around this year, and I think you're going to see a pretty cool, I hope, gag reel for season 2 DVD. Especially a prank that Maggie tried to play on me that backfired because I found out about it. But I'd rather people see it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, last question. We are the Gorgeous Geeks, so we need to know what is the absolute geekiest thing about you?
Besides being a comic book fan? We all are. I mean, we all are at heart. I don't know. I would think that I would be a geek in every way. It's always been my life. I've always been a superhero fanatic. My head's always been in the clouds. I've always been a toy collector, even now. And I think, for me, I think it's important to be that way, and I think that just keeps you young, and it keeps you real, and everything else is kind of a facade. So, whatever makes you feel young and makes you feel real is that super geek at heart, and I think everyone pretty much is. It depends on if they expose it or decide to cover it up. And I think it's ridiculous when people cover it up.
All right, well, thank you.
Okay.